Hi, can we just unpack what just happened to me in the month of November 2025? I know most of you by now have already seen a lot of clips going all over and you don't know what is true and what is not. But before I dive into that, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. My name is Helen Modoni, born again Christian, and this is Dose of Hope solo recordings. I will take you back from where it all began. It began in the beginning of this year, but let me not just go at the beginning of this year. Let me just go to the end of October. End of October, we had a prayer kesha with my team, on WhatsApp group. And obviously, every Friday night, I am the one who leads in the Bible study. And I direct them on what we are going to read and we talk about it. And funny enough, that time, I was going through the book of Genesis. And what I was digesting then is what I usually use to feed everyone else as I've gotten. And it was in Genesis, I am going somewhere, Genesis 32 from 22 all the way where Jacob is fighting with an angel. I'm laughing because I never knew what I would preach would actually come to me or it will happen to me. Let me explain. So October, the last day of October was on 31st. And we decided we are going to pray for our November. And the theme was, we are going to limp for joy because of what God is going to do. What I didn't know then, and now I know, is that before you limp for joy, you must been brought from somewhere. And now because God has won it for you, that is when you're limping with joy. I never got that clue because when I was reading this Bible verse about Jacob being or fighting with an angel, I was telling my people, the women that I lead in that group, that God is powerful, but I want you to look at this man who fights with an angel of the Lord the whole night. And this angel of the Lord is under his mercy so much so that he actually begs to be let free. How strong was Jacob? Jacob must have been very, very strong. Strong enough to fight with somebody who does not eat ugali, sukuma wiki, and omena and actually overpower them. So his whole family and the people that he came with from the house of Laban, they knew our dad was strong. They knew our dad can protect us. They knew our dad is physically fit. And that is proven by this scripture. Now imagine the surprise when they finally see him in the morning, him limping towards them. What did they think? Maybe even when he sat down and told them this story, they were like, who is this strong enough to overpower our father? Who is this strong enough to actually fight with him and dislocate his hip? And I was telling the women that when somebody's calling me, when they saw him coming down, limping, they were so mesmerized such that up to date, the children of Israel do not eat that side of the meat where the hip was dislocated. So I was asking them, how comes they decided to honor the hip dislocation more than the person who fought with the angel? They should have fought with the person who fought with the angel. They should have said, our father fought with the angel the whole night. No, they are remembering the hip dislocation. And I think this was by God's design because, of course, God takes the glory and takes all the honor in every situation. And so they were like, we want to remember this God who can actually dislocate the strongest man we know. And true, he was a strong man. And so I told them, even though God will make us limp this month, we will limp for joy because of what he's going to do. So get ready. God is going to do amazing things. And we were all expectant, including me. I was looking forward to see what God has in store for me. Little did I know. I was just in the house, not doing much, and I decided, wow, let me just type something on social media and tell people what is going on, because I keep encouraging everybody and telling them, God is going to do something great. And they see me smiling and they think, well, you keep telling us things will be okay. It's easy for you to say. You have nothing disturbing you. So I said, okay, what's the harm? I think it's good. I tell them what is disturbing me currently. So maybe somebody will relate to what is going on in my life, because I cannot keep telling you God will come through for you if I've never shown you a moment in my life that I'm waiting for God to come through for me. So I decided to say what was bugging me then, and what was bugging me then was a car that I really loved, because this car was taking me from point A to point B. It is not a luxurious thing. And this is what I used to go for ministry. And for some time now, I was behind on paying for it. And this was not the first time. It is the second time that this car was being repossessed. And I was feeling low at that moment. No, the whole of October, I was feeling low. But when I was typing, I think I had already come to terms with, I think this car has gone. Maybe God has another plan for me. So it's okay. But regardless, let me say this is what I've been dealing with. And I never expected much from that post. It was on November 1st, 2025. I never expected much, because there was nothing very big or interesting that was happening in my social media other than what I do, preaching the gospel. And the post went viral. It went viral, and everybody came with their advices. People came with their encouragement. Of course, I received hate and love in both measures, which is okay. And I was just seated there thinking, okay, now this story has taken another tangent. Where do we go from here? And some of the team members that I have in my team, they were like, Helen, well, it has gone where it has gone, but I think we should sit down and think, do we ask for help? Because yes, you encourage us, but I think it's time we also encourage you, and not just encourage you with words. It's good we also give you something, even though it's small, to just cater for what you're going through, because this casually you use it for ministry. And after a lot of consulting and talking with several people, they were like, yeah, I think the story has gone where it has gone. The best it can do is actually help you get back on your feet. So I thought, why not? Why not? So the pay bill was given. And let me tell you, that broke what was remaining. People are like, hey, how dare you? People are suffering from much dire things than this. Rah, 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 rah. Others were like, Helen, you have always blessed me. And if this is what I am going to help you with, let it be counted that I stood with you. And I thank God, because I gave out my number. The number of calls that I got, I remember one night I slept only for 3 hours, because calls were coming in one after the other. At one point I spoke with phone with this one side. It started hurting that I changed to this other side of my ear. Now I had to use both ears to listen. And through this journey, when I'm getting all these calls, I got so many testimonies from so many people who are just encouraging me and telling me, Helen, at how much were you remaining so that you can finish this car? And I said, I've paid 95%, I'm just remaining with 5%. And they were like, oh, my dear, my car was taken when I was just remaining with 60,000 to actually clear the whole amount. So be encouraged. God is with you. They were all encouraging me. Some called me and told me, Helen, at how much do you stand losing? And I said the amount, and they were like, oh, okay. I won't say it's small, because clearly it is not small. That's the reason they have taken the car and you do not have it back. But I want to encourage you that for me, I've lost 185 million and I am still here standing, and God has given me much more. And I thought, wow, okay, okay, I am getting strengthened. So, as everybody else was thinking that I am suffering from the negativity, God made sure that He has covered me with such a warm blanket of people who are just calling me every minute. Every minute, my phone was not. I am telling you, I was suffering from my phone not having charge more than anything else. And everywhere I was just going with my phone, just looking to plug it somewhere or get a power bank. One of these moments when I was in all this chaos and everything is blowing up and my family is worried and they are asking where I am, and I'm just keeping on assuring them that I am okay, because a lot of stories had gone around the social media. Everybody has their own story. And I think in this era of everyone wanting their content to go viral, you have to add on some details of your own so that your story can be the best. And I don't blame you. Everybody is looking for sugar and salt. Everybody is looking for unga, which is okay. But some of these messages, they can mean harm when they get to our relatives who know nothing about social media. So I kept reaffirming my sisters, I kept reaffirming my family that, you know what, they're saying that I am mentally unstable, but as you're talking to me, do you hear it? And they're saying, no, I do not hear it. And then I tell them, I assure you, I am okay by the grace of God. So they kept tabs on me. They kept tabs on me. Everybody's praying for me. And they're telling me all those bad words that you're being thrown at, they will not harm you. And we kept praying, we kept standing. My ladies in the groups that I work with, they were just praying for me. Others were feeling weak. They were wondering what is happening to our leader. And I'm telling them, please do not worry. In fact, do not be a keyboard warrior. Do not go there and try to fight with some of these people, because you can never win at their battle. You cannot. In fact, if you fight with a pig, well, people who are looking will not know who is the pig and who is the human. So you just rather just not do it, because everybody has their own narrative and they want to take it where they want. And so during this whole month, this whole time, it went November 3, 5th, 6th, and I think at around November 5, 6 there, about, I was fortunate to have a bit of amount that can actually offset the car. And the car was in Mombasa. And I went to Mombasa to get the car. And I remember walking into that office, and I told the person, the Muhindi who had given me who was selling me the car, and I told him, I have this amount. Is actually 3/4 of the amount. And he said, no, madam, unless you have the full amount, we are not giving you the car. So please go back with your money. And I said, okay, can't I just put the deposit as I work on the... No, madam, no. We do not. Actually, your car has been gazetted. So we cannot help you. We cannot help you, my friend. Please get out. Please go out. And I was just there feeling, oh my God. Hi, what is happening? I said, okay, thank you very much. I got out with my people, and I'm just there telling God, you know what, Lord, I cannot have come all the way for this car to go home empty-handed. I trust you. I'm just there fighting and trusting that I will go back. If not with this car, a better car. And during this whole time, a friend of mine called Eugene was just encouraging me and telling me, Helen, your brand is known for encouraging others. So use this opportunity to encourage other people. They will stand in whatever that is weighing them down. And you told the wrong person, Eugene, because for me, encouraging is the best thing that I know how to do. I think hope is in my DNA. I think the name Helen, H in the name Helen means hope and healing. I look forward to every opportunity that I can talk hope and healing to everyone. That's the reason I am here talking to you and telling you this story, so that you can see if you're in the middle of something, God will surely come through for you. And it's actually darker before it's daylight, And he told me, you need to encourage people. And I said, why not? Count me in. So he told me, you'll be going on Facebook Live, you'll be going on TikTok Live. I said, I really don't like those things, but I will do it. If for the sake of somebody to get healed, I will do it. And I started. And I remember the first one, there was a lot of insults. There was a lot of people throwing, and I understand them. Because there's no normal person who is not going through something who can just stand by the roadside and start abusing you for no reason. See, losing a car and losing anything is normal business. How many people have lost things? We have seen them. And it's not, well, they might have done things to orchestrate that, but it's not a crime. So somebody standing and calling you names because of something you've lost, well, it shows that they need to do some work, because they might be projecting what is already inside them. And yes, I'm not afraid to say that, because you give what you have. For me, I give hope because that is what I am filled with. I try to be optimistic and hopeful in every situation. And you can be assured that is what you'll get whenever you come near me. There's no dull moment around me. I will try my level best to be as positive and optimistic as possible, no matter what is going on. And then another thing, I have lived with a mom who has battled mental illness most of my life. Actually, I think most of the life that I've been alive. Maybe even before I was born, but I don't know. And I have seen what it has done to her life. And that I would not wish it on anyone. And I would not wish it on me. So every opportunity I get to make somebody smile and laugh and actually know that tomorrow will be better than today, I count me in. Yeah, I'll be there with my big Bible like this. I'll be there to encourage you and show you the many, many women of God who stood up. And though they went through trials and tribulations, they stood. So when Eugene told me, use this opportunity to encourage people. You see that cartoon that is, whoosh, that was me. I was like, say no more. I was there. And I really had fun. It was amazing. It was such a good opportunity that I feel I want to be doing it often. Actually, I've not stopped. I keep going Facebook Live, TikTok Live every now and then, because I realized many people were helped through this. So I am just telling you what was going on through this whole time. So I'm there and I'm encouraging people, yet my situation looks hopeless because I've been told, go back with your money. We do not need it. We are going to sell. Remember, if they sell this car, hire purchase, my God, hey, it might look like a very good thing, but I would not recommend it for anyone. You see, I have paid 95%. So if they take this car and resell it again, probably they get somebody who will gonna pay it cash, because even the car, the value has depreciated. They will say all the money they have made is going to pay their damages and the money that is remaining. But you see, with the hire purchase, you have already paid more than the value of this car. So by the time they are taking it, I have already paid the value of this car. So if they take it, I am the biggest loser. That's why I was fighting hard to keep it. So I'm just there trusting God and telling God, God, I know this is not just about car. So the reason you've put me in this position, the reason you have allowed, because let me tell you, there's no thing that happened to a person who trusts God that God did not know that it was coming. So I was sure that God has allowed this to happen. Why? Because the Bible says that there's no temptation or there's no trouble that comes to you that is not normal to people. But yet in that temptation, God will cause a way out of it. So I said, well, I mean, this storm and this madness that is happening right now, I'm going to make it count. I'm going to make heaven proud. So I kept encouraging everybody, encouraging, even though my situation is bad. I was telling them I have the joy of the Lord. And indeed I did. I still do have the joy of the Lord. I know you can see it even when I'm talking, because it has not left. And I realized why David was saying that the joy of the Lord is my strength. Because indeed, when everybody is talking negative, others are telling me this. When everything, I don't even have the car, I am just looking at the situation from a human angle and I'm thinking, wow, this is really bad. What am I? Those people who hate me, they are clapping right now. All those people who offered me ungodly offers before, they're looking at me and say, You thought you were smart. You thought your God will help you. So if you look at it with a human eye, you'd be like, my God, we are losing. Jesus, we are losing. I remember there's this one person who called me from the United States, and whenever somebody would call me and tell me, you are like my daughter, I would know this person has come to give me lecture proper. I will talk to you as my daughter. You are embarrassing the name of the Lord with whatever you're doing. Pull down all that content and just leave it. Because people who are looking at you, they are wondering, if you trusted God this much all this while, why is God putting you through this? And she talked and talked and talked and talked. And I told her, thank you, Mom. Allow me to go. And I went. And I was just asking God, God, am I embarrassing your name? And I just wondered, how big will I have to be to embarrass God? Do you know who God is? Do you know God cannot fit in our human mind? Do you know God is not a human? So you're not in charge of God's PR. God is able to do, God is not a box that you put him here and you put him here and you panga him, you anoint him, you bless him, you make him look pretty. God is not like that. That is what I come to realize. And the Bible says that he's praised when he's doing good and when he's doing bad. So he can do bad also. But when all is said and done, all the glory and honor goes back to him, not us. So I am not that powerful to bring shame to the name of God. No. In fact, I am privileged to be associated with God. So it is my honor. And when I'm going through this, just like Job, I've not even gone half of what, even a quarter of what Job went through. And his friends were saying, are you sure you are not the one who did? Are you sure? Gaslighting. But at the end of it, it was God orchestrated. Because God will receive the glory at the end of all matter. So what I decided is, I will not go through all this and come tell you as a testimony. I want you to see me go through it. And then when the glory comes, you will know who it belongs to. So like Jacob, I was there fighting. Because like Jacob, I looked like this strong person in the eyes of people. There's no way, Helen, you can be struggling financially. How? It doesn't make sense. You had this extravagant job. You had this, you have very beautiful pictures online. Even this podcast, look at it, marvelous, looking awesome. So how would you be dealing with this? It's the same thing the sons of Jacob were wondering when his father was coming down limping. Because sometimes what you're fighting with is bigger than you. And it's God orchestrated, and it's okay. And so I'm there and I'm encouraging everyone, and everyone is saying, not everyone, most people online, they were saying, so this is depression. See the way she's laughing. See, the way she's laughing. That is depression. That is bipolar. I had my doctors on social media prescribing even medicine and diagnosing me with different mental illnesses. There are people who truly suffer from this mental illness, and I am not playing them down. I've been the biggest advocate of mental wellness. Reason because I told you my background, what I've been raised with. I have seen people suffer from mental illness. So I've been very cautious. And the reason I was even talking about is to make sure that I am not in a corner crying and wondering if I talk, I'll be embarrassed, I'll be shunned, people will laugh at me. And then I thought, okay, people will laugh at you, and then it means people are already dictating how your life should be. But you should be the writer of your own story. And so I said, I will write the story. And it's going to have the outcome that God wants. And so there I was, encouraging everyone, encouraging. What I am happy to report is that at the end of it, countless people gave their life to Christ. There are people who are like, Helen, I want to give my life to Christ. I'm happy to pray for them. I was happy to pray for them. There are people who are like, Helen, pray for me. Even me, I am losing. I am in the verge of losing everything. I was there praying for them. And right now, several have called me and told me God has done great things for them. Where am I going with all this? Is that the car bit was a short picture, short thing of what God was doing in me. The bigger picture was that God was glorified in this whole issue. He could have used anything in my life. He chose the car. And I'm grateful that He did. And now we are here testifying of His goodness. The long and short of it is that I got my car debt free, fully paid. And I also got to encourage people. And I am still doing that. Also, I got so many invitations to go do that, encourage, which I am so passionate about. And so many other doors are opening, and I will keep telling you about them as we continue, just to show you that God can use anything and anyone in your life. The mindset of how you see what God is using, it is what matters. So I am encouraging you in whatever situation you're going through. Trust God. Trust the process. Trust that He is with you in that whole journey, and He will never leave you nor forsake you. So even when you see things coming at you, please know that you're not alone. In fact, the only reason that you have not been drowned by it is because God is holding you. The reason I am saying right now is because God was with me. The only reason that I am smiling right now is because the joy of the Lord is my strength, and He will continue to be my strength. I have gotten very powerful contacts that I would never have gotten any other way apart from this whole journey. So do I regret that I did that post? No, I would do it again and again and again, because what I got out of it is more than what I lost. What did I lose? I never lost anything. I only gained. So I count it all joy. So in whatever you're going through, keep praying. Keep a community of people who will carry your burden. And second, do not be afraid to speak out, because through speaking out, you get helped. May God bless you. May God keep you. If you want to be a blessing to this ministry, feel free to donate any amount or anything you'd want. May God bless you. May God keep you. And may He continue hearing your prayer, because I know He has not left you. He has not left you. No matter how dark it may be, He is your light. God bless you.